Hey, it's Tommy too, and today we're going to be recapping the Picture This press conference with Ashley Tisdale that took place on June 26th. It all started off with questions about Ashley's character and why she accepted the role.
When I read the script, Picture This, obviously, it's a father-daughter relationship, and I completely just thought it was just like me and my dad, and how my dad is very overprotective. He's a builder, so it's kind of like obviously my dad in the movie is an architect, but he would have totally, like if there was a picture phone, like done the same thing. He's a very overprotective dad. And I love him for it, but it was kind of like just the same relationship that I shared with my father, so I just thought it'd be hilarious, and it was fun, it was comical, and yet, it had some sweet moments in the movie as well, so I fell in love with the character.
With her role in the film, she was asked if she gets frustrated playing a teenager, or if she likes it.
No, not at all. I just have, I look very young for my age, which is great because I'm sure when I'm, 40, I'm going to even like it even better. But no, I think that, if I can play, young as long as I can, that'd be awesome, because you can only go, once you change into that, adult phase, you can't really go back. So I want to play, these characters as long as I can, and then head forward.
And of course, playing a teenager leads to a lot of drama, especially with her character.
Yes, yeah. I mean, she's very dramatic, and, I think that it's really cool, though, especially in this movie, is that, she really likes the popular guy, and yet she doesn't really, it's not one of those stories where she changes drastically and he finally notices her. It's that, maybe, she gets a little bit more confident inside and takes off her glasses, but she doesn't really, change that much for him to notice her. He noticed her from the very beginning, which is just a really great message.
Moving on, the discussion shifted to what type of message Picture This has for kids and families.
Obviously, like what I just had said, really typically sometimes in movies where, the girl changes and, then the guy finally notices her because of, how good she looks. And I feel like with this movie, Mandy doesn't change drastically. All she does is, she gets a little bit more confidence inside, and, she takes her glasses off, she gets contacts for her birthday, and she doesn't have to change. Just because, he noticed her from the very beginning, which I think is a really good message for kids, because they, you don't have to, really change, because I think that's what every kid thinks, is that in order to get the popular guy, you have to look different, and really it's all about the, how you feel inside. And so I think that's a really great message for kids, and obviously for, parents and stuff. I mean, this is just a typical, really overprotective dad and daughter, and so I think it really shows the relationship and how you do have to let go.
Furthering that response, Ashley answered questions about her character being a good role model for kids.
I think so, definitely. I think that the character Mandy, she is, funny. She's not, the most beautiful, but still she gets, the attention of the popular guy, which means that she has, just a little bit of, just some really, really, big confidence, and I think that she's just a great character. She's just the girl next door, and that's what I like about her.
And as for the roles she chooses, does her notoriety from High School Musical affect the decisions in selecting the role she takes?
I do definitely think about it when I'm reading scripts, and because I get, tons of scripts on every character, and some of them are really, sexy, and I would not go there, and I'm not comfortable going there yet right now. Mm-hmm. I'm very comfortable with what I'm doing, and I always, when I read a script, and usually my mom reads it first, and then, she knows if I'll like it, she'll, pass it down to me, and then I'll read it. And I have to be really passionate about the character, but then I also, I definitely take in consideration, okay, this is going to be really great for my fan base, because this is such a great character, and such a, this character is a really good role model for kids. But at the same time, I also do think about, what I'm really passionate about, what I want to do next. And I think that that's not really going to, I think my fans will grow with me with that. I'm not ready to jump off and do something crazy, not yet. I think that eventually that'll come later, but definitely, these are the characters I really love to play and, I like to just get into.
Now that High School Musical 3 has finished shooting, the questions moved on to details about her upcoming projects.
I have High School Musical 3 coming out, and then I also have a Fox feature called They Came From Upstairs. And that's really, it's such an amazing movie. It's so much fun. It's got aliens in it. It's going to be a great family movie, but still a little bit it's kind of shot like, the Gremlins and the Goonies. So it's still a little bit edgy, and it's going to be really great. I think the kids are going to love it. I think parents are going to think it's great. And that character was really fun to play as well. But I'm starting to actually produce as well, so there'll be stuff that I'm actually not in that I'm producing. And one of them is a Disney Channel TV show, and another one is with Fremantle, who created American Idol.
And what led her to want to work on the other side of the camera?
Well, I did, I was definitely creatively involved with Picture This. And I've always been very, creative with each character I played in each movie. And I just wanted to really kind of experience the producing side. I just think it's something that I would really enjoy. And I always, I have always something to say about things. And I really like to just get into the whole thing with everybody and get into the whole project. So I think it's going to be really fun. And Disney actually, came to me and asked me if I wanted to produce a TV show that's about my life working at the malls. And I just thought it would be great.
So, what has she been up to with these new opportunities?
I was obviously involved in casting. And, anything, from, wardrobe of my character to, discussing stuff with the director, Steven. I just was involved with the whole thing. And so I got to kind of, experience for the first time what it's going to be like. So it was really fun, and I enjoyed it a lot.
And getting back to Picture This, was there anything that Ashley did in real life that is similar to her character Mandy? Specifically things like sneaking out late at night.
Well, I was never really, I would never sneak out, for sure. I would not do that. My dad was very overprotective, and so is my mom, but, my dad is definitely the overprotective father. And at the time, obviously in high school, I hated it, and I was like, why do you have to be like this? Why can't I just be like my friends and go out with them? And he was just, obviously, not having it. And now I understand because, obviously my parents love me so much. And so you do understand once you get older why they're like that. And I'm glad that they're like that. But I never knew not to cross the line. I would not do that. I respect my parents too much to do that, especially at a young age. My parents have done so much for me that I wouldn't want to really, piss them off that much. So, I think, the one thing I got in trouble with was I was talking to a boy that was, 2 years older than me in high school, and they were just, they didn't know him, and they always wanted to know the guys that I was, seeing or dating. And I wasn't dating him. I really liked him, but they were like, why can't you bring him over? And I just, he was kind of scared. I don't know. So that relationship didn't work.
Well, that's all for today, and we've got still more questions to be answered, including more details about Picture This and Ashley's upcoming album. Be sure to check back for part 2 of the Picture This press conference with Ashley Tisdale. See you later.